What's up, YouTube? Welcome to video number 5. In this video we're gonna actually dive deeper into mixing a kick under what we have already created, and we're also focusing on making sure that the kick and the leads and all other elements are distinguishable, so that whenever you focus on the kick, that you can really hear the kick playing separate from the leads, etc. Otherwise it's going to be sounding like a mess, and you really want to have that distinctive sound. So let's get to it. Here we are in the beloved FL Studio. This is the product which we had after the last video. And I actually realized that I had to fix a few things. In the choir and in the pads, you can hear there is a false note whenever we get over here. It doesn't really match, so the chord that I'm playing doesn't really match up. Show you. This is not correct, so we're gonna fix this first off. Just gonna go to the pads. I already selected the time frame which I want to see. Open the pattern and play it. So then I know that in this section there is something wrong. I think that this is going to fix it. 6, 7. Let's check this one out because this is also not correct, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. This one has to be number 7, so 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Copy this over to the choir. Of course, we need the choir pattern here. Delete it, paste it, make sure we are right octave. Okay. Now we just play this with with the rest of the elements together. Almost. Okay, so now we are in tune. This is the way that we actually want to have this. Great. So, one more time. And also we added another lead layer, this small layer. But we forgot to bind the Pitchbend to the automation clip. So this one is not bending along with the rest. So what do? Go to the matrix tab, make sure that the Pitchbend is bound to tune. Both ways, set it to be around the same value as for the top lead, which is here 7. So we put this guy on 37 as well. And now it should be bending along with the rest. Put this down and linked the controller to the automation clip that we already have. Do not create a new one. I want to link it to it. This one. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to try and mix a kick in. I will be using my own kick because I normally do not create euphoric stuff, but rather more rawish stuff. And I actually want to have a very euphoric kick for this one. And I do have some kicks, but those are very, very old and not usable for this project. So I decided to take one of the kicks out of the Code Black producers group. This one is from, I believe, Jeremy Hansel. Let me see. Hit it here. And this one is very nice. Really like the warmth of this. And we're actually going to, get this thing to work with the rest of the mix. Now, let me just be lazy and copy the already existing bass line. So take every first note from the bass line. Copy this into a separate kick pattern. I'll name this kicks. Push it up. Ensure that everything is same length. These are all going to be long. These are, of course, a little bit different in length. So we do this, right? And we copy this one time. You can see there's right length, and I'm also pasting all this stuff in the wrong thing, but it doesn't matter. As long as we have the MIDI, we can of course copy this to the corresponding channels. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna cut this, take the nimble kick pattern and paste it in here, right? Of course, you can hear that it's too short for now, so we're gonna have to do some tweaking to get this to, really be loopable. So first off, I'm going to assign this to a separate channel. Let's say kicks. Press Ctrl L. So we actually assign a kick, the VST to the channel. And what we're doing now is probably start lengthening this. Just use the stretch button here and just stretch it out very far. And listen to the kick playing alone. Make sure that it rolls over correctly into the next kick, right? That's about that, right? Now we insert this one at the top. I'm going to mute this guy, the bass, because we do not need it. Slowly going to mix it in, and we'll see how this sounds. Not too bad for not sidechaining. Okay, so now we're actually going to focus on doing sidechaining and stuff like that. Or first, let's do a little bit of EQing. Open up Pro Q on the kick bus and start EQing a little bit. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed, but if you play this, the reverb kind of disappears, right? So we're gonna have to make the reverb a little bit louder, maybe the delay as well, but we'll just see. Just make it noticeable, then tame it down just a little bit. Okay, so that works as well. Right now, I think we're gonna have to focus on doing a little bit of sidechaining. I'm not sidechaining using Shaperbox, for example, or Kickstart. I'm gonna do sidechaining using multi-band compression because it gives you a little bit more control, and it's of course more dynamic, right? Dynamic control is best. It's better than static, since we might want to introduce some, small kick interludes and kick rolls later on in the climax. You want this to be dynamic. So first off, I'm just going to select the kick channel and sidechain this to the final bus where the lead and the chords come together. Click sidechain to this track, take this bus and throw on a Pro MB. That filter, right? Make sure that it is listening by settings tab, processing, make sure that it's listening to the kicks. And now we'll do some very basic sidechaining. I'm going to do this by this way, just playing these elements together. And create something that will cause a sidechain. Go to the expert tab. Say external, and I'm going to use a free band on this one. Okay, we're just going to play this, and we're going to make sure that the high end of the kick is not clashing with the high end of the lead. Same goes for the mids, right? The mids and the lows, right? The low mids. External, free. We're mainly going to listen to the low end of the kick. I'm gonna reduce the attack and the release on the high end sidechain so that it responds faster. Sounds better already, right? So let's turn on the pads. Maybe throw this a tad down as well. And we'll have to do the same trick for this one as well. We need to sidechain the kicks to the pads. It's not entirely correct, right? Something weird is going on. Let's make sure that this stuff is in key with the kick. In here in the bass panel, C sharp, D sharp. Here. That's correct though. Oh, this is the error. Did not know. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. It's terrible. Same for this one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Okay, and then we bring these down. Okay. And later on, need to copy this to the choir as well. But for now, we're actually going to focus on, sidechaining. So we'll go to the processing tab again. Make sure that we are listening for the kicks. Create a envelope. Export tab. And now we're just going to listen to this stuff. Happens if we take the entire thing. I think this is better. No? Let me just listen to the entire thing without the choir because we haven't done any sidechaining on the choir yet. Not correct the pads. Okay. Did, right? Okay. Next up will be the sidechain to the choir bus. So we're going to sidechain it again from the kicks to the choir. Add the Pro NB. Make it listen for the kick. All right. Create a bus. This is mainly for the center part. Okay, sounding better. So we have done some EQing as well. Because of this EQing, the kick gets a little bit louder at certain points. You can either fix this by picking, linear phase EQ, and it will not do that. Or you could place a soft clipper right after your EQ. That's what I'm going to do. because that way you can push it harder. Let's just do that. Use an inflator for this, a Sonox inflator from Oxford. It's great. And we'll just push it a little bit, right? Check the maximizer, the master, if we're not clipping too hard. It's okay. So then, you know, to actually give it a little bit more beef, because the kick is now correctly mixed in, or at least for my ears it is. It's working. Also, if you listen to this in low volume, you can hear everything very nicely, right? You can focus on the kick, and the kick you know, can really hear it. You can focus on the leads, and it doesn't seem like anything is clashing at the moment. So now we're actually going to push it a little bit more by throwing on the Oxford inflator on the masterbus right before the ozone. And then we'll turn the volume down just a little bit. Push it a little bit to give it a little bit more energy. Use the effect button on this. And what this does, it will actually distort the sound kind of, but it will cause more overtones, which makes it louder for your ears and also fuller for the ears. Some final tweaks to the nimble kick. Sometimes, you know, switching the polarity will cause the bass to sound differently and can change the character of the kick. If you put a low cut on your kick bus, but it has to be in zero latency mode or natural phase, but not linear phase, otherwise it won't work. You could flip the phase and give the low end a more warm sound or a colder sound. Right now I really like the warmth sound, so I'm just going to keep this the way it is. Doing minor tweaks so that it sounds correct to my ears, right? Small tweaks, not much. I feel that it kind of lacks, you know, energy in the high end, so I'm going to add a Q and put this before the maximizer and actually before the compressor as well, and give it a little bit more energy by dragging up high end. And I also feel that the punch of the kick could use a little bit more definition. Test out to see if this works. This is equalizing just a punch from Nimble Kick. Also going to EQ or do a little bit more of multi-band compression so that the lead makes more space for the punch whenever I'm gonna this guy drag it a bit more so there's more space being created. I'm gonna make it listen for the talk, so let's there is something weird going on with the phase of the kick, so I'm just gonna fix it really quickly. Okay, so now we're just going to switch around between the kick and the bass and see if they are still correctly mixed in. Turn off the kick, turn on the bass. I feel it's taken away a bit too much of the mid energy, so I'm just gonna drag this up a little bit, right? I guess that this is it for now. Thanks for watching.